Hi, this is NTR and you're watching Bollywood Hungama.
It's a huge privilege to have Tarak with us, NTR Jr. His film RRR is doing extraordinary business and it's going to go on and on and on. Huge pleasure to have you back with us on Bollywood
Thank
Hungama.
you so much for
And congratulations.
Thank you, thanks a lot.
Intro scene of yours in the film. When you rate amongst your own films as an intro scene, where would you rate that?
See, I would not stick to just my intro scene. I would say that RRR as a film is one of the most special movies in my career. I've said it many a times. My career will be defined before RRR and after RRR. Because I think this is one of those films which really take me or demand something more than what I've done till now as an actor. So I would not stick only with the intro scene, but the whole movie has really given me a lot of pleasure, satisfaction, and it's given me a new opening as an actor. So,
of course, see, why I said the intro scene because when it comes to the big screen experience, fans expect a certain sort of intro scene because it just sets the precedent, sets the tone. And the intro scene of RRR, as far as you are concerned, it's something which is extraordinary. You know, that blood being I mean, it's trickling down.
It's a scene. Yeah, now I understand what you are actually saying, Farid. You know, ये ऐसा introduction scene है जहाँ you know usually intro होता है और fans बस सिर्फ they go mad, claps मारते हैं और बाद में then you move on to the story. But लेकिन ये ऐसा intro है जहाँ भीम का कैरेक्टर भी एस्टैब्लिश हो रहा है.
Exactly.
So उसका जो ब्रूटल स्ट्रेंथ है वो दिखाया जा रहा है और बाद में उसका जो मेंटालिटी है एज एन आदिवासी, एज अ पर्सन फ्रॉम द फॉरेस्ट, यू नो, जब वो अपोलोजाइज करता है शेर को पकड़ के, यू नो, बोलता है कि आई एम सॉरी, मुझे माफ कर देना क्योंकि आई एम मेकिंग यू, अरे यार मैं आई एम मेकिंग यू गो थ्रू सो मच ऑफ अ ट्रॉमा for my personal want,
right?
Which is not the right thing, right? You don't harm an animal, and he's from the forest and he understands the balance of the circle of life in the forest. This is by far one of the best introductions in terms of a director's point of view.
Wow.
For him, he has achieved it. He has nailed it right from there. He's put you in a seat saying that this is how Bheem is going to be in the film. He's a guy with brutal strength, but he's not somebody who's really, you know, how the stereotype humans were in that time. He's very innocent. He's naive. He doesn't know how to live with people. Forest mein wo king hai. Lekin jab when he comes into the cities, he's innocent. He's naive. And that, I think he's nailed it.
And how? And we are at a very interesting moment in entertainment world's history right now because we have Spider-Man, we have Money Heist, for example. We have, I think, the best of maybe Korean content in a way, all right? And the entire paraphernalia in front of the audience is massive right now. You know, their expectations are more. They're not going to settle for anything less. So when it comes to the big screen experience as far as RRR is concerned, and the way it delivers, I think it opens windows in more ways than one.
It does.
The intro scene where the wild dog and the tiger clash, and you are just moving away.
Absolutely.
You know, it's a moment.
Yeah.
सिर्फ उसी के लिए आदमी पिक्चर दूसरी बार देख सकता है.
I know.
आराम
Yeah.
से.
Absolutely.
Or the particular scene where all the animals are coming out. I wouldn't divulge too much because you guys have not really revealed it in the promo as well. That experience and that moment gives you that wow moment, you know, कि यार ये तो कभी सोचा भी नहीं था.
Yes, absolutely. It just plays to the gallery so perfectly.
Right.
I mean, I've seen a few audiences just record that and put it on YouTube.
They would.
Like, so I was looking at the reaction. I was like, damn. You know, I'm like, how does Rajamouli do it?
Yeah.
How can he catch the pulse of audiences? How? I mean, like, states apart, like audiences with different linguistic demands. How do you just bring everyone together with just your, I mean, like this man is crazy. I mean, like for me, I'm like, how do you do it?
Right. So as I give you a few of the references in terms of what people are having right now in terms of viewing experiences, and then you come up with Triple R and these sort of visuals, with these sorts of massive visuals. Do you think that in a way it sets a very high sort of platform that that we have achieved this? अगर इतना सबके बाद भी हम ये deliver कर सकते हैं, surprise people.
Absolutely. And it shows our might as what we can achieve as Indians, what we are capable of, what we can deliver. And again, you know what, Fareed, I think it gives us a sense of responsibility, a kind of a fear, where you mention it, people are not going to settle down for anything less. They want more in terms of content, in terms of core. They want more. This way, I think it puts us in a more responsible position. I say having a little bit of fear is good. We need to. Fear is actually a very great quality.
Absolutely.
If we don't have that fear, I mean, we are humans, right? So we just don't listen to anyone. So when we have that kind of fear, I think it puts us in the right track. And yes, and I know Rajamouli delivers this because he really has this kind of fear in him, I think. And as actors, we deliver so much because we have that fear, because we are responsible towards our audiences.
Right.
And we have to be. I mean, come on. So I think we're in a great phase, and which is fantastic. I mean, come on, where from just being called Bollywood to Tollywood to Collywood to Mollywood to Sandalwood, I mean, we are one big industry now. We're called the Indian film industry.
Right.
Which is fantastic.
Right. And in terms of the box office, the way I think Mr. Rajamouli could have only broken his own record, and he has done that. How do you look at the numbers?
See, for me, it's the applause, it's the reviews, and then comes the numbers. Because numbers has never been my department as an actor. For me, it's always the applause and the reviews. What have I added or what have I achieved as an actor? And then comes my numbers. And of course, why not? When the numbers are big, come on, it boosts your confidence. It's like a bonus. It's like the icing on the cake.
Right.
I'm very happy the way people are receiving this. Are turning out Triple R to be one of the biggest films
Ever.
post Bahubali, or might cross Bahubali. I have no idea what it's gonna do, but it's definitely a bonus. It really gives us immense strength, courage to bring out better, bigger contents.
Right. In terms of VFX, maybe some of the sequences, because see, VFX, what I personally I think understand from my experience, it's not merely about how much money you can possibly spend. It is how you imagine a particular sequence.
Absolutely.
And the way the movie is doing better than some of the Hollywood biggies in the North American market, which is a testimony
which is bigger than a Batman today.
Which is bigger than a Batman today as well. And now, but for VFX to really come through, I think it's very important for that synergy between the director and the VFX artist and the actors. That tiger sequence when he's literally just snarling at you.
I know.
And you have to give that expression.
Yes.
And there's no tiger.
Yes.
And you still have to give those expressions. How do you do that?
Well, I think it's the director who gives us the feed. Rajamouli is one such director. I remember, there were many a times I was telling him, how much more do we do this, yaar? CG mein laga do. It's like, kya CG? You think it's easy? It's like, yeah. Triple R again. See, I'm sure, today all films have a minimum amount of VFX which is happening. And then we have RRR, where Rajamouli is an expert in using VFX in CGI. But again, he doesn't make use of it because he's got that opportunity or he's got the budgets. He knows where and how and why you should make use of it. I mean, that's a talent. It is equally as big, responsible as a writer when you're writing a story. So that's a complete department which you need to be very aware of. VFX है, CGI है, budget है, बस डाल दो यहाँ एक लाइट डाल दो आप और यहाँ एक कार लगा दो. नहीं, वो वैसा नहीं होता है फरीद जी. It is very important to how you make use of computer graphics. Very important. And especially when the Tiger intro was happening. I mean, this man gave me so much of detailing. He said, you know what? You think a tiger is just a tiger you see in a zoo? No. It is a full-grown adult bull tiger which weighs around 700 to 800 kilos. The stride length of a tiger is like this much compared to a human being. So imagine how fast you should run. But even however fast you run, it is eventually going to catch hold of you. Now, how do you do that? And when it comes in front of you, you know how big the head is going to be. He really had molds. He said, this is how the head is, Tarak. This is how big, and this is how much the jaw is going to open in front of you. So when that detailing is given to an actor, things become easier for him to imagine. An actor is what he needs to be really good at is to imagine. You know, there are certain situations in a film which maybe an actor would have ever, never gone through. Now, how does he do that? He puts himself, he imagines, what if something like that happened to me? Or this happens to me? How am I going to emote? How am I going to react?
Right.
So it's all about imagining. So when the director gives you a perfect detailing, I think things become very easy for an actor to deliver. And I think that's what Rajamouli does. He tells you everything. He tells you what is necessary for an actor to know.
Right.
Piche kuch ja raha, he'll never tell you about that. Because that's not the turf of an actor, or that's not something he needs to know about. What the actor needs to know, he will give him all the details.
In our last interview, you mentioned how Mr. Rajamouli did not show you guys Nacho Nacho for the longest time.
The film.
For the longest time. And, he's an extremely humble guy, but that level of perfection which is there is phenomenal. I was watching one of your interviews, all of you guys together, and apparently Makhi, he had flies hibernating in his fridge.
Yes. I just went to his house and I opened the fridge and I was seeing flies hibernating. I was like, what is this? So, it's I'm doing this movie called Ega. So I'm just looking at the detailing. I was like, what? Are you serious? You can't do this.
Right.
Like, he's mad.
Right. So, and then he's so humble as well. That level of artistry that he has, and the way he imagines his world. When you see the end result, and even in this, but the way he imagines is truly, truly phenomenal. As an artist, what have you learned from him?
Every time I've worked with him, Faridoon ji, he's given me something new to take back. One thing which I will always remember is that I don't know if it's coincidence or it was just meant to happen. See, what I think as an actor, Rajamouli knows where I'm struggling. He knows what I'm craving for. He knows what I'm struggling for. I think I've learned this thing from him, or maybe he helped me get there. Sometimes you have certain thoughts in you, but you don't know how to put them, how to implement them. He helped me search for innocence, naiveness in my career. I said this many a times, when my firstborn was home, when we got him from the hospital, and he was in a crib. And I was really going to him, and I was trying to, I wanted everything to just fast forward, and I wanted him to just get up from his crib, pounce on me, hold me, and say, Nana. Nana is dad in Telugu.
Right.
But how will that happen? It won't. He's such an innocent guy. Small boy, small being who was so innocent, so naive, just with bliss. And me, in return, in trying to convey to him that I'm his father, I've become so naive and innocent. Right? And I think that's what an actor needs to have. That's the happiness as an actor when you're unprepared. When you're put in a situation, वो बोलते हैं ना, survival instinct. When you're put in a corner, there is a survival instinct which comes out. You want to prove yourself. You want to get out of this. You want to survive. I think that's what an actor needs to have, and that's exactly what Rajamouli helped me with.
All right.
And after that, I had this movie called Temper.
Yes.
And from then, I've started enjoying my work. I want to wake up every day, run to my shoot, or even have this fear in my belly, saying that how am I going to deliver this scene now? I think that hunger, that want will always drive an actor.
Okay, and I believe Temper came at a time when a few of your earlier films,
Absolutely,
had not
yes,
done well.
yes.
What is the importance of failure in teaching you as an actor?
Very, I think, it's been 20 years now. I've started when I was 17. Everything was big. Failure and hit were very big things for me. But now I think, Faridoon ji, for me, it's just become like a 1 hour's job. A hit or a flop just stays with me for an hour or so. I don't carry it a lot. So I move on. So I'm like, okay, this has worked. Now what's next? I can't stay idle. So I can't carry this burden of joy or sadness for a long time. So I just want to move on. And I personally feel that, you have your Newton's third law of motion. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So every failure teaches you something to make it work the next time. Unfortunately, हमारे पास ना, हमारे industry में, or more or less globally also, I think success has got a lot of relatives and a failure is left as an orphan.
Of course.
But we have to realize that both success and failure are collective jobs.
All right. You've said in an interview that fame is the most difficult thing to handle. You're an extremely, I think, private family person. You spoke about your son. I was watching one of your interviews. You said that you got a bat for him, and those things are very important for you. How do you balance the family and the fact that you are this hugely loved star?
I don't know, Faridoon. For me, I think the moment I leave my set, or in fact, after I leave this interview here, I have this, I don't know how it happens. I switch myself off from being NTR. I switch myself off from being an actor. I don't know. I don't know if it's my kids. I don't know if it's my wife, or I don't know if it's my mom, or I don't know if it was embedded into the family for a very long time, from my grandfather to father and me. I don't know. I just switch myself off from being an actor, and there I get inside. I'm a father and a husband and a son. I don't know how it happens, but it works. It is happening, and the moment I'm out of the gate, I'm again this NTR. So it's I think a person, we need to, as people, we need to have that balance where I really don't want to disturb my kid's childhood. I want him to have this freedom of exploring, understanding, grow up with that innocence, that naiveness kids need to have. I don't want to put this burden on them with my image, saying, oh my God, now you're this, right? You handle this. No, there will be a day where they will understand, where they will realize, okay, fine, this is also there.
Right.
Along with this. So first, let them explore this. As a father, I think I need to give them that freedom to grow.
Influence of your grandfather. He's still one of the most, I think, loved individuals, say, in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. And I think it will always be the sort of respect that he has, both as a star as well as a politician. What's his influence in your life?
A lot, even now. There are phases how he keeps influencing me, or what I keep learning from him. It's been in phases. He, at the end of the day, Faridoon ji, for me, I feel that, he was a great actor, was a great politician, but more than this, he was a great citizen of this country. Mm-hmm. The kind of reforms he's brought about when he came into politics, and the kinds of roles he played to entertain his audiences proves what a good citizen he was, what a responsible citizen he was. So for me, every time, I think about him, For me, it's about, yes, you give back. You have to give back to the society in one way or the other.
Right.
You have to be a good citizen of this country. Come on, this country has given you so much love. So you'll have to be very responsible towards giving that love back. And that's why really, for me, I get overwhelmed, when my fans keep giving me so much of love. There's a constant thing running in my head saying, how do I repay this back? How do I? Come on, we are not blood brothers, right? And they love me so much. The amount of love, the amount of attention which I get from them. They cry when I'm sad. They laugh when I'm happy. Why? Why does this happen? It's just I don't know. It's this magic which has made it happen. It's like this nature has made it happen. So I'll have to give it back to them. And how do I do it? Well, I have to make good films if that keeps them happy.
Right.
So for me, this is what I keep taking from Tatagaru, my grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
Give back that love. Feel responsible to give back that love.
Right. And I believe he wrote one of your first film, which you started off as a child artist.
I did a film with him. My first film with him was this movie called Brahmashi Vishwamitra.
Okay.
It was, he made the movie in Telugu first, and then he made the movie in Hindi. He directed it. So he made the movie in Hindi, and I was playing Vishwamitra's grandson called Bharat. So, yeah, so I was pretty young. So I was a part of that project. I was Bharat. And he made me dub in Hindi. This was when I was, about 8 years old. So my first opening to Hindi was with that movie.
All right. Now, your character in RRR is, in a way, like a social reformer. He's a leader. He will do anything for his people. He will go to any extent. So from that context, would you want to participate, say, in active politics?
Well, I think, right now, Faridoon ji, I'm in a very, very, very happy phase of my life. I've just started enjoying this whole journey of an actor. I would want to stick to that first. I ideally, I'm not somebody who believes in, I don't know, for some strange reason, I don't think that your future is like 10 years from now or 5 years from now. Your future is your next second.
Right.
So I live for the moment. So right now I'm happy. I'm happy as an actor. There's work which is giving me immense satisfaction as an actor.
Right.
So I'm somebody who sticks to the moment, and I'm going to stick with this for now.
Tarak, we've taken a few fan questions. There are many of them. It was
I'm sure
trending on
they
Twitter
would have bombarded you with questions.
Yeah, and so let's try and take as many of them as possible.
God.
They're very interesting questions. This is Jasper from Myanmar, Burma. Sir, how does humility play an important part in retaining stardom? And you have had series of flops, and then suddenly you just didn't look back, and that had series of successes. How do you manage that?
How do I manage? I think it's very important to have good people around you who always keep you grounded. And luckily, I have both my beautiful sons. They keep me grounded. They keep, as I told you, the incident with my elder one. So they keep me grounded. It's like they command this from you. It's like, yaar, wo NTR jo hai, tumhara image, usko bahar chhod ke andar aao aap. Come inside like our father. So they demand that from me. I mean, my wife, my mother, very few friends. I don't have a lot of them. Very few who keep me grounded. I think it's my family and my very few friends who do that. And of course my fans.
Right.
Yeah. So it's you need to have good people around you. And how do you get good people? I don't know. You just need to be lucky. You can't search for good people. You just need to be lucky.
So you're saying that you have a few good friends, but you're generally a very popular person within the film industry, not only, say, in Telugu, but even in Hindi, the way, be it Salman Khan, a lot of other people, the way they respond to you is something else. You like to cook for your friends.
I do.
Which is pretty interesting.
I cook. For me, it's like a stress buster. For a few people, it's like watering plants. Or कुछ लोगों के लिए planting trees. For me, मेरा stress buster है पकाना. So I really love cooking. I don't know. It's like cooking is such an artistry thing. It's something bigger than acting for me. So it's like everything needs to be so precise. Everything needs to be timed properly.
What would you like to cook?
Everything. And I basically cook about anything. So it's just, I cook.
Venkat from USA, Florida. How can he pull off such tough characters like Bhim, Veera, Raghaval, Arvinda Sameta, Daya in temper, Ramakrishna, Rakhi very easily? How do you pull such tough characters?
It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. Every time I mention this, every time I go to my shoot, every time a character is given to me and I'm excited about a character, I'm scared. Right. The butterflies going in my stomach, I have this fear of delivering. So maybe that keeps me going, and it's not easy. I'm happy you think it's easy, but it's not.
What is the role of writing for an actor? Like you're having Mr. Vijayendra Prasad, I think, outstanding writer.
Very important.
What I genuinely believe that you may be having the best of VFX and the best of action sequences, but if you're not having the soul which comes from the story, people would not connect emotionally. और जब तक emotional connect नहीं होगा, so they would not really feel that.
Absolutely.
And so what is the importance of writing in your career?
It is. I mean, like, it is, as you mentioned, it is the drama, the soul on which we all stand on.
Right.
That is like your platform. The stronger it is, the more load you can put on it. RRR, for example, because the soul was so strong, you could load it up with a lot of the other things. So I think it's the soul, which is very important, and writing is probably the most important thing, because that's something which actually defines your story, defines your character. So it's very important.
Abhay Mittal from Noida, Uttar Pradesh. I'm biggest fan of NTR, Anna from North. I learned Telugu for my NTR, Anna, so that I can watch his movies without subtitles. I became his fan after watching Aravinda Sameta in Telugu, and Usaravalli was first South movie I watched, JrNTR.
Wow. सर आपने तेलुगु सीखा और मैंने हिंदी में डब किया RRR के लिए, तो आपका जो डिफिकल्टी है, I've reduced it. Go watch RRR in Hindi with my voice.
But what does this dedication show to you? This is I think I find this so fascinating.
It's just blessed. I mean, like, see, it's as I told you, it's very overwhelming. Very, 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 very overwhelming. I mean, like, so much of love, so much of concentration is. But I think I think they've been very supportive also. They've accepted the change in me from temper. I think that's very important. Noticing that change, accepting that change, it's not an easy thing, because they are your first audiences.
Anywhere in the world, the biggest of stars, they would not fathom the fact that for a film event, for an actor, for a star, special trains are being organized, and there are people like in the tune of 9 to 10 lakh that are coming. I think दुनिया में मेरे ख्याल से इस तरीके का कहीं हो नहीं सकता.
I mean, again, I feel very blessed. Faridoon, what else can I even say? Yes, it scares me. Yes, it's very overwhelming. But again, who am I to say no to love? When they're giving it to me, I take it. Let me take it. I'm gonna respond to it. I'm not somebody who's gonna sit down here and say, don't love me. No, we are here to take that love. When people are caressing that love to you, take it. It's good. It's nice.
This is Mukesh Malik from Odisha. Hi Anna, congratulations for your great success of RRR. My question is, you do a lot of action movies, so who do you prefer best action star in Bollywood?
Do I need to answer this? The whole world knows it's Salman Khan. I've been his fan for a very long time, so yeah, it's Salman Khan for me.
At that event of RRR, the way Salman Khan was talking about the film, that 4 mahine tak kisi ko aana nahi chahiye.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it was so sweet of him, so generous of him.
Right.
I mean, a star of that stature. We are like youngsters in front of him. Like the love he's caressed over RRR and on me and on Charan and on Jakana, on Rajamouli, on RRR. It's really, we are very, very, very grateful. Very grateful.
How did you respond when you saw the teaser of Tiger 3?
Tiger 3, I still haven't seen it. I have to. I still haven't seen it because we've been so busy with promoting it. I'm sure you would have seen us, taking a charter like a bus.
Yeah.
We were roaming around. We were in Varanasi. We were in like in Baroda.
Right.
We were in Amritsar, all over the place. So I'm just gonna. And then again, right after the release, we were 3 days. We were celebrating our success.
Of course.
It was my wife's birthday, so I was very busy during Triple R. So this was the least I could do to her. I'm gonna catch a glimpse of it right away.
This is Harsh from Mumbai. Hi Tarak, I would like to congratulate for humongous Triple R. You just nailed with your Bheem character.
Thank you.
You truly work hard for this. I had wanted to ask, would you like to work with Ranveer Singh in future collaboration?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I would love to. He's a ball of energy again, and I think with Triple R, now we are this big industry, and everyone's, we're not going to have, restrictions to stop us from sharing screen space. And I think it'll be wonderful to work with a lot of people. There are many actors in our Indian film industry. I think we'll all get together. It'll be a nice sharing of talents.
This is Mehboob Basha from Kurnool. NTR bro, blown away for your performance in Kumaram Bheemudo song. Did you ever feel insecurity of getting less preference as Ram Charan character in the end? What's your take on this?
Absolutely not. I think Rajamouli has created these beautiful characters for both of us. In a way, I think we've complemented each other in RRR. So we were never insecure, me or Charan. There was never a question of insecurity.
Right. And the way that bonding has taken place, how important is it for two actors to emit that level of positivity? Because वो positivity दिख रहा है
जी
कि वो आप एक दूसरे के लिए महसूस कर रहे हैं, या तो वो होता है या फिर वो नहीं होता, तो वो महसूस करना, वो फील करना, वो कितना important?
Sir, it's very important. Chemistry between two actors, I personally feel, is very important. And how does that chemistry come? See, not everyone are friends like me and Charan, right? We've been friends for a very long time. But I think somewhere an actor needs to erase these boundaries of insecurity.
Right.
And just trust in the film. Because what is more important is the film, is the soul, is the director. So I think you just have to have this belief, this wild belief on the content and on the director. And just do your job as actors. That's all.
Thank you, Faridoon, for the chance to ask NTR Anna. I'm from Vizag. My name is Ajay. My question is, if NTR Anna get a chance to act an epic love story like Geetanjali in Mani Ratnam direction, will he do it? Why am I asking this question is, NTR Anna is the best actor in all aspects.
Why not? Why
Ratnam.
not?
Film
Why not? Why not? I mean, come on. A legend. I would love to. Love to.
This is Vijay from Hyderabad asking what is the difficult part of Natu Natu song, dancing with Ram Charan or carrying his character in him while dancing?
I think it was carrying the character while dancing, because it was more about Ram and Bheem than Charan and NTR there. It was Ram and Bheem together. So what was tougher actually is to carry the character, because you can't be very too stylish. He's from a forest. He's an Adivasi.
Right.
So he needs to have that rugged and roughness in him, but still have sync with Ram. So that was tougher than dancing with Charan.
Okay, and there are many questions for your entire bonding and chemistry with Olivia. And that came out of...
I mean, it was see again, as I said, Faridoonji, it was like a exhibition. Where we have Olivia, we have Ray Stevenson, we've had Alison Doody. We shared this. I mean, like, she's a fantastic talent, Olivia. I mean, like, she's one of those actors who looks very different off screen and completely different on screen. I mean, like, you can really see her looking something else than in a monitor. And the moment you look at her in the monitor, she just changes.
Right.
So it's like she's a bundle of talent. I mean, like, and I think she's still scratching just the tip,
The
you know.
surface,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, the surface, and I think there's a lot reserved for her.
Okay, how do you respond when your fans suggest that who is it that you should be doing your next film with? Like a lot of people, they're saying that Olivia should be there in NTR 30. I'm getting messages that you should have Anirudh as a music director for for NTR 30, and they get so involved that it feels that and I think at times the advice seems to be pretty logical and sensible as well. It's not that it's coming from the heart.
Yeah. My answer is wait for it. NTR 30 is on its way to be announced. So wait for it.
And the way it is trending, the way there are so many questions that I've received for NTR 30. It is crazy.
The only thing I'm gonna tell you right now, Faridoon ji, is that we're gonna start from June. The director has plans of announcing his technicians. Just wait for it.
And who's starring opposite you?
Director has plans of announcing it in his own way.
All right.
So we'll just have to wait for it.
But it's going to be there will be too many expectations post RRR because
absolutely
you're going to be a new phase now.
Yeah, I think see, as I said, fear is very important. So I think you need to fear about your product. I think that fear will keep us going. And Koratal Shiva, thankfully, is one of the very few directors here who's really satisfied me. You know, who's given me this utmost satisfaction as an actor. You know, he's a fantastic writer, and we did a movie called Janta Garage together. So this is our second collaboration. He's one of the very few writers again. He's a writer come director who really challenges me. So I'm looking forward to that project.
And you said in my last interview that Janta Garage was one of your most special performances.
Special movies, yes. I mean, like the way I'm sure you would have watched it in, you know, like dubbed, but it's really one of the special characters which I've done in my career.
Right. NTR 30. Any specific reason why you're having the title NTR 30?
No, they're just trending it. It's the fans who started it as NTR 30.
Okay.
We still haven't named the film.
So it is the 30th film.
So it's just my 30th film. So that's why they've started trending it as NTR 30 or ye ho gaya title. Main bola, no, yeah, you know, we can't name it NTR 30.
But it seems catchy actually.
It does, but like RRR.
Exactly.
It was just like we just started it off and it was hashtag RRR and we didn't have a choice, but RRR was the title. No, I think films need to have names and they need to have titles. A title which comes out of an expression of the story will do justice to the product.
Okay, this is Srikar from Bangalore. What was his exact reaction when Rajamouli narrated him Kumaram Bhimadu song situation and sequencing for the time? Also, how excited was he to see audience reaction for that particular sequence when movie released?
That sequence is going to be a sequence which is going to be very close to my heart because it really gave me immense satisfaction as an actor, and I was elated when the sequence was narrated to me. I was elated. Come on, you know, these are the things which give you the happiness as an actor. You know, when you're a part of such sequences, gives you this immense satisfaction. So when we were shooting for that sequence, I think those were the days where I really slept happily as a baby because I was so satisfied as an actor.
Right. So, you know, quite a few of your fans, they've requested if you can hum a few lines from the song.
No.
You're a singer.
Absolutely not. See, I'm a bathroom singer. These guys just made me a mainstream singer, but I'm not a mainstream singer.
You've sung songs.
Yes, a few songs.
Right.
But this song I really would not want to hum also, purely because it was sung by my darling Kala Bhairava. I love him too much. I think his voice has done justice to this song. And I think he's the voice behind my expressions and I don't want to spoil it.
This is Pramoda from Tirupati. Wherever you go, camera just follows you as a public person, but how you're succeed in making Abhay and Bhargav hide from that camera because we fans are very keen to see them, but you won't let that happen anyway, except once in a blue moon.
Well, I mentioned this. You can go back, rewind, and I explained Faridoon ji how tough it is and why I do it. So please rewind, check my answer out.
This is Nitya from USA. What does he enjoy doing the most? Action, comedy, dance, or drama? Since he excels in everything, what is his favorite? And any plans to do a period piece like Yamo Donga? Have I pronounced it right?
Yes, Yamadonga.
How he is so good at mythology.
See, I'm somebody who doesn't plan movies as an actor again. So I just go with the flow. Every director is different. Every director wants to make something different. So, but films like Mythology, when they're thrown to me, I would definitely not say a no. And it depends on the story again. Our mythologies are very, very, very strong stories, and we need to feel very responsible when you are working on mythologies.
All right, this is Parul Mitkari. Ask him if he's the one who gave Rajamouli the name Jakana.
Yes.
And story behind it, like during which film or scene he gave that name, and why it is widely accepted within the industry.
Okay, Jakana is a great sculptor. So, Amar Shilpi Jakana. So, he was a great sculptor. So, our first collaboration, student number 1. I told you, this perfection ka keda hai Rajamouli mein. So, the moment I saw it, I saw him, work on that movie. He was not settling down for even a 99. It started from then. So, for him, it was 100%, even though it was his first movie. He was very sure what he wanted. And for that, the amount of effort he was putting in as a filmmaker, that made me call him Jakana. I said, you're like a sculptor, you just sculpt every frame of yours.
That is true.
Yeah, and the world is seeing it. So, yeah.
Okay, this is Kaveen from Kota Gudem. Ask him if he is active on social media, not about his personal life, at least about professional life, because huge impact of social media is there nowadays on movies and following.
I am. You've been watching my posts. So I'm pretty there on social media.
His name is Kashif Khan. I know him as Singamalai Anna from the movie Simhadri, that also directed by Rajamouli. How was the journey from Singamalai to Kumaram Bhima, RRR? And my all-time favorite movie of JrNTR is Brindavanam.
Brindavanam. It's a nice question. The journey from Simhadri to Kumaram Bhim. I think it was a big roller coaster ride. There were deep turns, there were blind curves, there were steep falls, and there's a kind of a plane right now. God knows what's going to happen again. So looking forward to what's going to happen post RRR. I'm more interested in looking at it. So.
All right. Anything on Brindavanam?
Brindavanam, yes. Brindavanam again is one such film which is very special. It really, it was like a shift from just doing commercial flicks to just doing a family entertainer. And yeah, again a lovely film, a film which is very close to my heart. People, I mean, like I wasn't that confident that people would accept that kind of a role and movie. But yeah, again, good films get good reviews and good applause. So yeah.
So rapid fire with Tarak. What one change do you find in you as an actor after working with S.S.Rajamouli on RRR?
Innocence.
Innocence. All right.
Looking for innocence, naiveness. Have that naiveness in you. Have that innocence in you.
Which was the first scene in RRR when you read you felt like whistling and clapping?
Wow, the tiger introduction scene. That was the first thing he told me. So I just instantly whistled and clapped. I was like, wow.
Okay, if Olivia Morris, aka Jenny in RRR and Alia Bhatt ask you for a coffee date and you can choose only one, whom would you choose and why?
Alia. I would like to, because she for me is a very deep actor. And I really want to see that depth and learn from her a lot.
And I believe you're doing a film with her.
Again, the director has plans, so I'm not going to ruin it.
So is it like NTR 30?
Just wait for a few days, Faridoon. Just a few days.
That's interesting. If you were to invite Ram Charan and S.S.Rajamouli in your house for a dinner tonight, what dish would you cook for them?
Oh, Rajamouli loves papucharu, so I'd cook that for him. Charan loves the biryani I cook, so I'm going to cook that for him.
All right.
And papucharu and biryani are good combinations as well. So
Great. If you're locked in a room with AlluArjun and Prabhas, what do you think you guys will talk about?
wow. Prabhas and AlluArjun. I think that's a little personal, so I prefer not answering that.
A call or a message you received for RRR that was the most unexpected?
I think it was my mother. You know, when we were watching this film, so I was sitting on a row, you know, niche ka first row mein, you know, we were watching it in a private screening. So I was on the bottom row and my mom was on the topmost row. And the moment she watched the film, she said, I really wanted to get up, come and give you a hug, cry, and then, you know, sit with you. So that was my first beautiful message which I received.
Amazing. In our interview, Alia Bhatt said, Tarak, please give me your fans. How would you respond to Alia?
They're already yours.
If your film Jai Lava Kusha were to be remade in Hindi, who do you think should star in it?
Ranveer Kapoor.
Ranveer Kapoor. And why do you think that?
I think he's a phenomenal actor. And again, a very deep actor. He's very deep. So I think Ranveer Kapoor will do a good job with Jai Lava Kusha in Hindi.
All right. If S.S.Rajamouli asks you to suggest casting for following roles in Mahabharata movie, which celebs would you suggest for Arjuna?
Oh God. Oh my God. I really think I shouldn't say anything about this, Faridoon ji, because Rajamouli is going to kill me. Arjuna, I don't know. I think it's just NTR.
Okay, Arjuna, NTR. Okay, that's a good start. Karna.
NTR.
Bhima.
NTR.
Draupadi.
Oh God. Alia.
Okay, Shri Krishna.
NTR.
That's very interesting. What one thing you'd like to steal from following people? Okay, and not necessarily material. It can be like a quality as well. Mr. Rajamouli.
His thirst for perfectionism. His thirst for stories.
Amazing.
This whole want of telling good stories, telling great stories, telling big stories.
All right. Salman Khan.
Wow. Charisma.
Okay. Prabhas.
Height.
Charan.
Calmness. The calmness he has.
In real life, are you the fire or the water?
Fire.
The interval fight or the climax fight? Your favorite from RRR?
The interval.
Okay. RRR shattering the every possible record. Yeah, the praise you're getting from all corners of the world. What is more fascinating?
Can I pick both?
Okay, that makes sense. Melodramatic scenes, yeah, romantic scenes. What is tougher for you?
Romantic.
Okay, Anand in Janata Garage, yeah, Daya in Temper, your favorite.
Daya and Temper.
Okay, Others, yeah, Brindavaram.
Others.
Okay, Salman Khan, yeah, Amir Khan, your favorite Bollywood actor.
Salman Khan.
Would you say RRR is a better film than Bahubali 1 and Bahubali 2?
I think Rajamouli should answer this.
If you were offered to host the Hindi Big Boss for one season, would you accept the offer?
No. Because I think none can replace him. I've already done a season of Big Boss here in Telugu, so I would say no, definitely to that.
All right. Does mega success of RRR put any pressure on JrNTR, the actor?
No.
It does not. All right.
Hi, this is NTR, and you're watching Bollywood Hungama.